Welcome to this week's edition of Ask Yankton Sports. I am James Cimburek, sports editor of the Press and Coden. With me is Nick Robinson, one of our sports writers. And in lieu of a couple questions today, came up short on the questions, but we still have a couple things to talk about. First would be the Summit League schedule coming out. There are two doubleheaders that the Coyotes will host this year. They've got a couple on the road as well. As a reporter and as a fan, what do you think of those college doubleheaders?
Personally, I think doubleheaders are great for a university, something like USD, where they have the Dakota Dome, where they can't necessarily fill the dome. You get to see both teams play. As a reporter, I think it's good because you get to cover both teams and see both teams, and as a fan, you get to cheer on both teams. So all in all, it's a good thing for University of South Dakota and college basketball.
And doubleheaders is something you're seeing more at the lower levels. I know Yankton High School this year will have 13 on their 20-game schedule. For a smaller school, do you think that helps or hurts the female programs?
I definitely think it helps it. I mean, you get some of those people that just go to men's games. Well, maybe they'll say, hey, well, the women's teams are playing or the girls' teams are playing. Let's go check them out. And then, maybe they're a good squad. You can see some good basketball.
All right, and then one other thing I wanted to talk about was Legion Baseball. The postseason is starting shortly. Class B is already underway. Class A will begin next week. Yankton will host its region on Tuesday. The pairings are set. The seeds are not. Yankton will either be the 2 or the 3 seed, depending on how they play against Brandon Valley on Friday. And Brandon Valley is the other one that could be the 2 seed as well. West is number 1, Mitchell, and they'll play the winner of Mitchell and East, which will be the first game on Tuesday. Very balanced region. You've seen some of these teams over the years. What do you think it's going to take for Yankton to get out of the region?
Yankton played very hot to start the season, kind of simmered down a little bit, but I think they're going to need consistent pitching. I mean, that's what you need in any baseball game, but they're going to need the bats to stay hot. Those older leaders are going to be the guys that are going to need to step up for them.
And one of the things with this team is, like you said, got off to that tremendous start. What do you think's been the key to them? Still a 26-win season. Yeah, they've cooled off, but still a 26-win season. What do you think's been the key?
Yeah, don't take any discredit from them. I mean, they're playing great baseball this season. I interviewed Trey Creer. He told me that those younger guys have really resurged those older guys that haven't had a crack at the state tournament. And I think with those guys, coming up, stepping up, that those guys are going to revolt them and they're going to get into the state tournament.
And that's got to be a big push for all these guys. Yankton was in the state tournament 2 years ago, but that was because they hosted it. It's been a while since Yankton earned a berth in the state tournament, and part of it's because they're in such a tough region. You've got both Sioux Falls programs, Mitchell, that's always a competitive program, and then Brandon Valley.
Yeah, definitely. People think that Sioux Falls, has been down since they had those, really monstrous teams they've had a couple years ago. But I mean, you can never discredit them. They're great programs, and they always find a way to get in. And once you get in, you never know what happens.
And that's it for this week. If you want to ask us a question, tweet at us with the hashtag #AskYanktonSports, and we'll give you credit if we use it in next week's show. For Nick Robinson, I'm James Cimburek.